How dramatically we can change our results is largely a function of imagination. If I told you that in less than 10 years, you could go from where you are right now to a life you can hardly imagine, would you believe me? Most people wouldn't. And that's exactly why most people never change. In 1960, it was a technological impossibility for man to travel into outer space. However, within 10 years, the first man stepped out onto the surface of the moon. With that one bold challenge, the impossible became a reality. The same principle applies to every other area of our life. Can a poor person become wealthy? Of course. The unique combination of desire, planning, effort, and perseverance will always work its magic. The question is not whether the formula for success will work, but rather whether the person will work the formula. That is the unknown variable. That is the challenge that confronts us all. We can all go from wherever we are to wherever we want to be. No dream is impossible provided we first have the courage to believe in it. Here is how you can do that. 13 ways to improve your life. Face your fears. Fear is not your enemy, it's your indicator. It points directly to the areas you must conquer. Don't run from it. Don't numb it. Don't bury it. Face it, fear is the gatekeeper of greatness. On the other side of what you're afraid of is the version of yourself you've been seeking. Say it aloud. This is what I'm afraid of. Now what can I do about it? Because when you name it, you tame it. Most people let fear paralyze them. But those who grow let fear galvanize them. Let it become fuel, not offense. You don't need to feel brave to act brave. You just need to move while afraid. Courage doesn't roar. It whispers, try again tomorrow. When you walk into fear, you shrink its shadow. When you avoid it, it expands until it consumes you. So confront it, speak into it, walk through it. One bold step toward what scares you will do more for your confidence than years of comfort. Because growth lives on the edge of fear. Use your will to change direction. You're not stuck. You are not too late. You are not too far gone. The same energy you use to drift is the energy you can use to steer. If your current path isn't giving you life, it's time to pivot. Don't continue a path just because you've been on it. Don't let your history determine your destiny. You can decide today to begin again. You don't have to keep doing what you've done the last 6 years. You can walk a new road with your head high. Because changing direction isn't failure, it's wisdom. Make that call. Leave that habit. Start that journal. Take that walk. Apply for that course. Pick a new destination. And go. It's not about being perfect. It's about being intentional. Use your willpower not just to endure, but to evolve. Will is the lever. Direction is the force. You move both. Today. Honesty is the first step to healing. Admitting a mistake doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're strong enough to face truth. Look yourself in the mirror and say, no more pretending. It's not about guilt. It's about growth. One of the best phrases you can say is, I'm sorry. It unlocks hearts. It repairs bridges. It resets direction. Most people protect their pride and destroy their progress. But if you can lower your pride, you can lift your life. You don't need to broadcast your errors to the world, but you do need to be honest with yourself. Have that internal conversation. Here's where I really am. I've got pennies in my pocket and nothing in the bank, but I don't want to live like this anymore. That moment of brutal honesty can ignite the fire for total transformation. Self-deception delays destiny. Tell the truth, accept it, and decide never again. You can't change what you won't confront. Admit it, own it, outgrow it. Refine your goals. The clearer the target, the sharper the arrow. Don't just set goals that stretch you. Refine them. Upgrade them, write them down, and revisit them daily. Vague goals produce vague results. Specific goals, they generate focused, measurable progress. What do you really want? Not what your parents wanted. Not what society expected. What ignites you? If your current goals bore you, they won't move you. Set goals that give you goosebumps. Goals that demand a new version of you. Your future doesn't start when you arrive. It starts when you decide. And decisions require direction. Create goals that pull you, not push you. Because goals connected to purpose create unstoppable energy. Take time today to revise them, tighten them, elevate them. Your goals are the blueprint. Your actions are the bricks. But if the blueprint is blurry, how can you build? Don't leave your destiny to chance. Design it. Refine your goals until they reflect the life you truly want. And then go after them with everything you've got. Believe in yourself. No one can hand you belief. It's something you build. Every time you try something new, every time you take one step without knowing all the answers, that's belief in action. Most people wait for evidence before they believe. But belief is what produces the evidence. You have to trust your potential before the world recognizes it. Because when you believe in yourself, you ignite possibility. There isn't a skill you can't learn. There isn't a discipline you can't practice. There isn't a book you can't read or a class you can't take. You are capable of far more than you've been told. Your mind is vast. Your spirit is unbreakable. Your story is still being written. Stop waiting for someone to validate you. Approve yourself. Don't seek confidence from crowds. Create it in the quiet. The person you admire. They started by believing in themselves long before it made sense. So will you. Stand tall today. Say to yourself, I can. I will. Watch me. Would ask for wisdom. Wisdom is the key to clarity. And clarity leads to power. You don't need to have all the answers. But you do need to ask better questions. Ask not, why me? Ask, what can I learn from this? Ask not for fewer problems. Ask for greater wisdom. The wise don't avoid challenges. They use them. They extract lessons. They grow in the face of pressure. Ask for wisdom to solve what others run from. Ask for insight that pierces confusion. Seek the kind of wisdom that turns adversity into strategy. Sometimes the best wisdom comes from silence, from observation, from slowing down enough to hear what life is trying to teach you. Read, reflect. Listen to those who've been where you're going. The person who asks for wisdom is already wise. And with wisdom, you don't just react to life. You begin to design it. Conserve your time. Time is not infinite. It's fleeting. Every moment you waste is one you'll never get back. Most people think they have 20 more years, but that's a trick of language. As one wise man put it, if you go fishing once a year, you don't have 20 years, you've got 20 trips left, maybe less. Start measuring your time in moments, not years. Protect it, guard it, budget it like your life depends on it, because it does. Time is your greatest asset. Don't spend it on distractions, dead ends, or drama. Invest it in purpose, progress, and people who make you better. Ask yourself, how many more deep conversations will I have with my parents, my children, my best friends? Life isn't made of years, it's made of moments. Use your mornings wisely. Take ownership of your hours. Block the meaningless. Prioritize the meaningful. Time management is not about squeezing more in. It's about cutting the unnecessary out. Because when your calendar reflects your values, your life begins to reflect your vision. Invest your profits. Wages make you a living. Profits make you a fortune. Most people only trade time for money and stop there. But what if you use that income to build something bigger? Don't just earn, multiply. Use the seed of your income to create something that outgrows your effort. Every dollar you save has a future job. Every bit of excess can become a tool of expansion. The key, intention. Start thinking beyond the paycheck. What business could you launch? What asset could you build? What skills could you monetize? The secret isn't to hustle harder. It's to invest smarter. You can build wealth while building your life. You can earn profits while still working your job. But only if you shift your mindset from consumer to creator. Profits allow freedom. They open doors. They amplify your impact. And it all starts with a decision. I will no longer consume everything I earn. Don't wait until later. Start now. Because the sooner you invest in your future, the sooner your future will start paying you back. Live with intensity. If it's worth doing, do it with all your heart. Most people coast. They show up at half speed and wonder why life feels dull. But you're here for more. You have a fire to ignite, and that fire grows every time you choose intensity over indifference. Turn up the dial. Speak with passion. Work with urgency. Love with depth. Move with purpose. Don't just go through the motions. Step fully into them. Whatever you touch it with power. Whatever you start, show up fully. Invest more of you in everything you do. Let your effort speak for you. Let your energy be your brand. The world rewards the fully alive, not the half asleep. So step up, pour out, ask for more strength, more wisdom, more clarity, more courage. You weren't made for average. You were made to move the room. Live loud, live full. Live now. Find your place. You might not be where you want to be yet, but are you doing your best where you are? Don't despise small beginnings. Excellence at any level opens doors to the next one. If you just make it your mission field, show up early, stay late, bring solutions, not just problems. Greatness doesn't need a grand stage. It shows up in small corners with people who give everything. No matter where they are, you don't need the title to lead. You don't need permission to shine. Just do the work like it matters, because it does. People notice excellence, and excellence gets promoted. You might be stacking boxes today, but if you do it with heart, with integrity, with focus, they will ask you to lead tomorrow. Don't wait to be chosen. Be undeniable. Find your place, master, and the next level will find you. To demand integrity from yourself. You can't expect from others what you don't require from yourself. Integrity is doing what's right, even when it's hard, even when no one's watching. Especially then. Be the person who follows through, who keeps their word, who owns their mistakes and fixes them fast. The world needs more real, more honest, more people who do what they say, especially when it costs them. You don't build a reputation overnight. You build it brick by brick, decision by decision, discipline by discipline. Be the person others can count on. The one who leads by example. The one whose character speaks louder than their resume. Integrity attracts trust, and trust is the foundation of influence. Demand it from yourself first, and watch the right people start following your lead. Welcome the disciplines. Discipline isn't punishment, it's power. Every structure, every system, every success was built by discipline. Cities are built by planners. Champions by repetition. Wealth by wise habits. Love by intentional effort. Without discipline, desire dies in the dark. You don't need motivation. You need a standard. You don't need perfect days. You need consistent ones. Discipline is doing the thing, especially when you don't feel like it. It's showing up for the workout, the writing, the savings plan, the difficult conversation. Every time you choose discipline over distraction, you strengthen your future, want a better life, stack better days. Train yourself to follow through, build rituals, guard your mornings. Stick to your plan, because those small disciplines will become the architecture of your dreams. To fight for what's right, some things in life aren't given. They're earned through struggle. You want a better future. You'll have to fight for it, not with fists, but with focus, with resilience, with conviction. Fight for your children's future. Fight for your health. Fight for your dreams. Fight for the version of you that refuses to settle, because the world will offer comfort, distraction, excuses. And if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for everything. Sometimes the fight is internal, against doubt, against delay, against the urge to quit. And sometimes it's external, protecting what matters from the noise, the pressure, the opposition. But the reward is always worth it. There is nothing more powerful than looking in the mirror and saying, I fought for what mattered. I didn't give in. I didn't back down. I showed up. That's how legacies are built. That's how lives are changed, not by chance, but by choice. By those who are willing to fight the good fight and finish strong.